Next up on the Cosmic News Network, First Contact with Joshua Pert.
Good morning, Earthlings. Good. How you doing today? Good. How you doing today? Welcome to First Contact Radio. Welcome to First Contact Radio. To talk about all these things I'm talking about is because in life, everything is energy. Every single thing that's out there.
Yo, it's First Contact with Joshua Poet. He's the man on the mic, just in case you didn't know it. Covering news from all around the globe, from the weather and space to UFOs. He'll talk politics and make you open your eyes. Conspiracy theories and government lies. He'll dig it all up and try to find the proof. Cause it's time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have
time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have
time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio.
It's time to demand
First
the
Contact
truth.
Radio. We have arrived. First Contact Radio. Good morning, Earthlings. Welcome back to First Contact Radio. Today is Friday. We've made it to the end of another week. It is the 18th of July right here. We have a sun sign in Cancer, where it will be for the next 4 more days. In 5 days it changes. Right over here on the 22nd, we could see the sun goes into the next sign right here, which is Leo, 4:41 p.m. on the 22nd. So we still have 1 more weekend to go where our sun sign is going to be in Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. Waters are all about emotions, feelings. We know about how water works in the world that we live. The card that represents Cancer is the Charioteer, who wears the armor to protect itself from all of the emotions. Character of the Charioteer is a male figure because it represents the conscious mind. The conscious mind is that which needs to protect itself from all of the emotions, because our emotions are something that really push our buttons, or our buttons of emotions get pushed. All right, we have coming up here at 9 in an hour from now, we have the sign here, which is Venus is moving into Cancer. So Venus is moving into Cancer. So Venus, let's look at the keywords. Venus is imagination, creativity. The tarot card is the card of the Empress, and it's going to be moving into the sign of Cancer. So we have imagination, love, imagination. Venus is going to move into the sign that's a watery sign. Feelings, emotions. So take this idea of Venus, if you want to think love and stuff, and this love is going to move into the area of emotions. So emotional love, feelings about those things, about love or imagination. So those things come together. Now for an artistic person, having those emotions or feelings available to them is really helpful because it helps you to create. So today could be one of those days where you really get in touch with your creativity, that creative side, to allow yourself to express that. Could be just feelings about love, feelings about relationship, feelings about, your home environment. Cancer is dealing with the home environment as well. Whatever the case may be, Venus, which is love and imagination, is moving into that area where it's going to be getting more emotional and feeling and so on and so forth. Okay. Later on in this evening, we got a square between the sun sign, Cancer, and the moon sign, Aries. So a square means there's a lesson going on between here. So Cancer, that feeling sign, is going to be running into the ram, the bull, or the ram right here. And the two of them are going to clash. And out of that clash, out of all of those feelings and emotions of the Cancerian, or the Charioteer, they're going to crash into the Emperor. And between the two of them, they're going to come out having learned something very important about themselves. Okay, learning how, when the emotions crash up against reason, how they come out and really have a different understanding of things. And then shortly after that, these two signs, Mars and Cancer, are going to be opposite each other. balancing each other out. Okay, fire is at one extreme, the other extreme is water. All right, over the course of the weekend, we're going to move into the moon sign of Taurus, the bull. Taurus is an earth sign, so it should be a good weekend, nice, good weekend dealing with the pleasures and the earthly things of Taurus, along with the feelings of Cancer. So it should make for a nice, good, pleasant weekend. All right, our numerology for today is the number 5. So let's double check the way in which we got to that. 7 plus 1 plus 8 plus 2014. It's 23. 2 plus 3 is 5. So today would be 5. So the 5 card is within, let me show you here just to remind you. We have lots of places where we have 5. 5 right here is the severity. 5 right also here is the Hierophant. And I've told you before that when you look at numbers, you could see synchronicities or similarities between them. So the question is, how does the 5 that represents severity, how is it also the 5 of the Hierophant? Well, we see that there's the same color red that the Hierophant is wearing, the spiritual teacher, same as here. So there's passion. There's this energy that is there, inherent in this person, this individual. Okay, but severity is also great amount of passion that can be expressed, and the Hierophant is expressing a great amount of passion in regards to issues of a spiritual nature, passion of things of a higher wisdom, and then learning how to temper that passion with mercy. So the uncertainty that comes with the number 5 of how this energy is going to be used, whether it's going to be aggressive or whether it's going to be useful, it's all the big question. Is the warrior going to go to war with the physical senses and the physical abilities, or is the warrior going to use the mind to step away from the physical? Okay. Our sun sign, Cancer, right here. Our moon sign is Aries, right here. And then, of course, our numerology for today. All right, so let's see. Today, let's take a look at which sign. Let's pick the, let's look at the moon sign we're moving into again. The Emperor. Well, we looked at that yesterday. Let's look at the a sun sign, since we're closing that out next couple days, okay? Charioteer. So remember, this is the card that represents the astrological sign of Cancer. The Hebrew letter Chet, and the meaning of it is fence. Okay? So what we have here is a card that's dealing with the inner self. The most important things to look at this card is you've got a person in here, a male, which represents the conscious mind. The conscious mind, also the aspect that is sending forth energy, charging out into the world as opposed to receiving it. So we have this energy charging out into the world, but there's armor around it to protect from all of the emotions, all of the water, because this is a watery sign, so there's water all around. The yellow means the intellect. So the mind is moving through this field of emotions, and the conscious mind is protected under the armor. The physical being in the human body here is also a vehicle. It's a vehicle for spirit. So spirit flows through the person, the conscious mind, which is protected by the armor to protect itself from all of the emotions. It's driven forward in this vehicle. That's a cube, a square, which is a foundation. So we know from the Emperor 4, everything's in order. So we have a square, a cube. So if things are in order, and as things are in order, things are being driven by the dualities of life, the opposites, and everything's a riddle. But as long as spirit's driving this forward, the riddles of life get solved, the dualities of life are balanced out, and everything works out great. Okay? So this is the whole idea of what this card is all about. So as we charge forth in life, we want to make sure that we are protecting ourselves. First and foremost, we have to take care of ourselves, and we have to take care of the energy that's around us. And if the energy coming around us is pushing our emotional buttons, that doesn't do us any good, because then we end up just being a mess. Because we can't focus one way or the other. We want to go this way, we want to go that way, and it doesn't do anybody any good. So we need to be able to protect ourselves so the emotions don't get us out of control, so we can stay focused and we can have a clear mind about what's going on. Okay, all those things are implied within this card. Current moon phase is 55% of the way full. Making our way back down to the new moon. It says the last quarter of the moon rises around midnight tonight, and it will be shining in Pisces. Early Saturday morning before dawn, the faint asteroid 611 Valeria will occult an 8.7 magnitude star in Pisces for observers along a track crossing to northern Mexico, Texas, the Deep South, and the Carolinas. Okay. The Mayan Oracle, we start a new wave spell, which is a new theme. The theme is the dragon. We're also starting at the very top, right here. So we're starting things over. We ended yesterday here, at the end of the calendar. The world didn't end. Life didn't end. Even though we got to the end of the count here, just like we have done for thousands of years, when we get to the end, we go back to the beginning. And here at the beginning we have the dragon. The dragon's all about nurturing, new beginning, birth. So we have this birth, okay, this idea of birth, of what the dragon is all about. The first tone is the tone of magnetism. Magnetize things to you, just like the number 1. The magician is focused on concentration. This is the same idea. By concentrating, by focusing, we learn to magnify, bring to us that which we want. So we have the magnetic dragon, guided by the dragon. This is our like-minded energy today, which is teaching us the lesson of endlessness, mirror. The monkey, which is teaching us the lessons about playfulness. That's our challenge for today, to learn to play a bit more, not to be so serious. And down here, our hidden power is our enlightenment, our own ability to express the enlightenment within us. All right, so we have a phrase for today, which is I unify in order to nurture. Attracting being. I seal the input of birth with magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. And today we're a Galactic Activation Portal Day because we are back at the beginning, 1 and 1. All right. So that's where we are there. Space weather, our solar wind is 336.6 kilometers per second. Our planetary K index is between the 1 and 2 at the moment. Still the same big coronal hole on the bottom here, but not facing the Earth. We got one little one here, but no kind of notifications that we're going to be hit by any sort of solar wind coming off of the sun. M-class flare possibility is still at 1, X-class at 1, and geomagnetic storm activity we could see is low as well. In the higher latitudes it has picked up slightly, but not very much at all. And today, over on the Jewish calendar, today is called 20 Tammuz. We're still during the time of this mourning, which is a 3-week time of mourning, the fast of Tammuz. Today, and just a refresher what this is, this Tammuz. This is during the 3 weeks from the 17th of Tammuz to the 9th of Av. We commemorate the conquest of Jerusalem, destruction of the Holy Temple, and dispersion of the Jewish people. Weddings and the joyful events are not held during this period. Like mourners, we do not cut our hair, and various pleasurable activities are limited or prescribed. Okay, the daily thought is a soul doesn't need fixing. It needs to be uncovered. Blind yourself to its muddy crust. Dig deeply and deeper, yet sift through the darkened embers. Search for a spark that still shines. Fan that spark until the flame appears. Find the mitzvah that will serve as its oil and wick until all is consumed in the warmth of the flame. For empathy is the redeemer of love, and love is the mother of all good deeds. Okay. There you go. That gets us started for today. You know, when we look at these different systems of time, we're just looking at different way in which humans have calculated and looked at Earth. We have a Kabbalistic system, which is an angelic science, which was passed down to humankind. The Jewish community has been the caretakers of that science and have expanded and explored it. We have the astrological understandings, which are part of the Kabbalistic system, but also for some seems to stand out apart from it. We have the calendar system of the dream spell, which is looking at time in one way, and then we have the calendrical system of the Jewish calendar. And on this system, which is often called the biblical calendar, we've entered this time of mourning, this time when Jerusalem was going through some real challenges, when it's the conquest of Jerusalem. Well, it's very interesting in the world. If we look at the world events which are taking place right now, look what's taking place out there in Israel and Hamas. A lot of things going on, kind of in synchronicity with this. So, kind of gives some food for thought that there are those who are actually moving according to the calendar system and these times to activate certain types of plans, their game plans in the world. All right, just something to look at and consider. That gets us started today with cosmic weather. A little summary of all of that information. UFO news is up next, so let's get to it.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
All right, Dirk, thank you very much. All right, first sighting here. This goes up to Mars. There's our object in question, caught by the Curiosity. Curiosity is the rover that's up there on Mars. Or is it? Okay, this triangle UFO is caught by the rover this week in the photo SOL 688. I say triangle because it looks like a TR3B from a distance. The ball in its center and its shorter end says that it could be a triangle with 2 points showing. The UFO was discovered by YouTube user StreetCap1, famous for his discoveries in the NASA photos. He says, I nearly spit my coffee when I saw this. When I enlarged the photo in detail, it really looks like a lot of traditional UFO craft that have been seen for decades or more. This is an actual object in 3 dimensions out there in the background. Look at the shading around its edges. The shading gets lighter at the edges, indicating this is a real object out there, and with sunlight reflecting more on its top than on its bottom. NASA has some explaining to do. Yep, NASA has some explaining to do. Question is, will they ever do the explaining? Probably not. Probably not. NASA doesn't think folks can handle it. They don't think you can handle the truth. Alright, there you go. That's up at Mars. Now we're going to move to Mars to another strange place, and that is the White House. Giant UFOs seen with strange-looking figures in the White House. Strange lights and figures at the windows of the building that houses the president and some of the most important people of America caught on camera. Is this the time aliens visited the U.S. Capitol? Interesting video seems to show a mysterious light above the building pulsating like a commonly reported UFO. Adding to the mystery are the strange figures seen on the video as the cameraman zooms in. The footage has sparked debate among netizens. One comment says that those figures were not teleported aliens but people in odd lighting effects. One viewer notes that the light emanating from the top of the building followed by the strange lighting effect in the top windows. It seems that an advanced type of either communication technology or weapon is at work. The commenter says that it would be more interesting if specific daytime camera date, type, description, and other types are given. Another viewer says that one of the strangest videos featuring UFOs and possible aliens he's ever seen, while wondering if the part of the building with strange figures is inaccessible. It isn't the only time the White House has reportedly been visited by extraterrestrials. An amateur photographer captured a photo in '52 showing flying saucers around the building, and many still believe the video is completely genuine. However, the latest video failed to impress many people who say the believers of the video are soft-minded, at best, funny people. Okay, so for all of those out there, we just discount them because it's 2014, and if there's still people who don't believe, well, sorry, can't help them. Alright, look at how strange how those lights are blinking there. Let's see, they were just about to zoom in and the figures on the inside. Here's where we're going to get a little more close up as we get here. Alright, here's where they see the glowing figures. Okay, right there. Can't really see too clearly what those are, other than there is someone moving around in there, or a couple of someones. Alright, so check it out, see what you think. Here we go over to Mexico. Unknown lights caught on tape over Mexico. Spectacular video of 8 unknown bright objects or orbs were captured in the night sky above León, Guanajuato, Mexico, with an infrared camera. This happened on the 4th of July. So here we have a 4-minute, 22-second video. Jaime Maussan introducing you to what's going on. And there, of course, is the object in question. Now we have a whole grouping right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had another one here. They seem to be flying together. So this could be a group of them, 7 separate ones. Could be one in one big ship. I don't think quite so much. This looks, just because of the alignment here, doesn't look like it's all part of a triangle, but more just a group flying together. Okay. Very interesting and very good capture there from the 4th of July. Moving from there, we're going to go to France, southern France to be specific. UFOs continue to grab headlines. The surfacing of the UFOs, this time around the sky above Dordogne, a region of France, has sparked a debate in the scientific fraternity and enthusiasts. Since the video emanated from France, it has become the online sensation. Many have shared it, liked it, and commented on the development. Click here to enlarge the photo. The video was posted on YouTube, and the 5th of the headline, Disturbing UFO Activity, 3 UFOs Land in Forest, has gotten many views, with everybody asking one question: is it a reality? The maker of the video wrote, I was drawing a beautiful sunset. I looked to house to discover the nice sky when I saw these objects. Said in the video, a round object is seen in the sky around the forest in Dordogne. This is not the first time the UFO has been spotted. For years, it has been the center of attraction, with many stories doing the rounds. One theory even said that aliens use it. Okay, so if we look, see, let's enlarge the photo. This is our enlarged photo. That doesn't look like a photo. That looks like a drawing. Let's look at the video here. And we're not going to look at a commercial. So, alright, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Okay, there's a video back there in the sky. Yeah, we can't really see too much, except something goes down and then it goes up. Okay, so check it out. Links available. Now we're going to go over to Turkey. Bordrum, Turkey, has been a UFO hotspot during 2014. Turkish UFO research organization Sirius is reporting that they have many UFO sightings over the port town of Bordrum in Turkey. Bordrum is a district and a port city in Mughal province in the southwestern Aegean region of Turkey, located on the southern coast of the beautiful Bordrum Peninsula. The video was taken by Mustafa Karte in early July in Bordrum, Turkey, near the castle of St. Peter. Okay. Let me stop things, get a little better. That's what we've got there. It's one object moving so fast it looks like a couple of objects. There's it frozen in a couple other spots. And when it does, you could see more of the UFO metallic look to it, right? Okay. One more story for today from the UFO section. NASA searches for ET. Religion trying to make sense of the existence of extraterrestrials. Is there life on other planets? NASA says that we will find an answer, and that will be soon, within 20 years to be exact. Well, see, good smokescreen, NASA. Put people off for 20 years. We'll find them in 20 years from now. Again, I say look up. Look up, my friends, look up. According to CBS, the space agency plans to launch a new initiative in the coming weeks using telescopes to search for other forms of life, but the implications of the possible findings are unclear. Just imagine the moment when we find potential signatures of life. Matt Mountain, a scientist for the Space Telescope Institute in Baltimore, told CBS, imagine the moment when the world wakes up and the human race realizes its long loneliness in time and space may be over. The possibility we're no longer alone in the universe. Dun 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 dun. Isn't that exciting? One day, humankind will actually realize that there's UFOs, other beings in space. One day we'll realize it. Well, that one day came a long time ago for many individuals, because there are actually many people in this world that don't actually need the government to tell them what they see. Many people are seeing things on their own without the government even being involved. So, well, there are those who are going to wait for 20 years hoping that NASA will say something. Those who really know what's going on and paying attention, you already know that the UFO has been disclosed. It's just the others who are spoon-fed their information and told how to think. They haven't been told yet to think about the UFOs. That's why they don't see them. A big mind trick has been played on people of America, and certainly around the world. If people were smarter, they wouldn't have the mind tricks played on them. But oh well, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? That's the UFO news. I'll be back. Stay tuned.
Come into our circle, Great Spirit. Fill our souls with peace.
Send down your love, send down your love, send down your love to us from above. Alright, today, Friday, Jesus Friday. I like to talk about Jesus on Fridays. Alright, I like to talk to Jesus about any time, but Fridays is the day dedicated to talking about Jesus. So today, one simple bit of information, the Sermon on the Mount. Let's just get to it. I'm reading today from the King James Version. You can go to the Bible Gateway. And you can see here when you do the drop-down menu, there's all kind of different versions. So I just picked the King James Version because it's one that most people have. Doesn't mean it's the exact one. It's just one that most people are familiar with. Alright, here we go. Matthew 5 through 7. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came up to him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be fulfilled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has lost its savour, wherein shall it be salted? It is therefore good for nothing but to be cast out, and to be trodden under the foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light shine so forth before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law of the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever there shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said of them of old time, Thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raca, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thy fool, shall be in hellfire. Therefore, if thou shalt bring thy gift to the altar, and there remember that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come to offer thy gift. Agree with thine adversary quickly, while thou art in the way with him, lest any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till he has paid the utmost farthing. Ye have heard that it was said of them of old, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh a woman in lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if the right eye offended thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that the whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offends thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of the members should perish, and not the whole body should be cast into hell. It hath been said, that whoever shall be put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. Again you have heard it said, that it hath been said by them of old time, Thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Neither shall you swear by the head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whosoever is more than these cometh of evil. You have heard it hath been said, that an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, that ye resist not evil, but whoever shall smite thee on your right cheek, turn him also the other. And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not away. You have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor, and thou shalt hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemy, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh the sun to shine and rise on evil and on good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. For if you love them which love you, what reward have you? Do not even the publicans do the same? And if you salute your brethren only, what more do you do than others? Do not even the publicans so? Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. Take heed that you not your alms before men to be seen of them, otherwise you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore when thou dost thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, that they have their reward. But when thou dost alms, let not the left hand know what the right hand does, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corner of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when you prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut the door, pray to the Father which is in secret, and thy Father which is in secret shall reward thee openly. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. But not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things you have need of before you ask him. After this manner therefore pray, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. For if ye forgive men the trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive ye. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your heavenly Father forgive your trespasses. Moreover, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when you fast, anoint thine head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Lay not upon for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, where thieves do not break and do not steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. The light of your body is the eye. If therefore the eye be single, thy whole body shall be filled with light. But if thy eye be evil, the whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else he will hold to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Therefore I say to you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not life more than meat? Is not body more than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are ye not much more better than they? Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, of how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore if God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow cast into the oven, shall not he much more clothe ye, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, What shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewith shall we be clothed? For after all these things the Gentiles seek. Your heavenly Father knoweth that you have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take care of thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with that judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye met, it shall be measured against you. And why beholdest thou the mote in your own brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in your own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote of thine, and behold, the beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote of the brother's eye. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and him that knocketh it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you, whom if a son asked bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asked a fish, will he be given a serpent? If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to you that ask? Therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do even unto them, for this is the law and the prophets. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there will be which go into thereat. Because strait is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there will be that find it. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raving wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes or thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, good tree bringeth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth forth good fruit that does not bring forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by the fruits ye shall know them. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say unto me that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have we not cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore whoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doth them, I will liken unto him as a wise man which built his house upon the rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine, and doth not them, shall be likened to a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. And that is the Sermon on the Mount. Pretty good, right? Filled with basic wisdom, basic information that right now is just as pertinent as it was when the words were spoken. Okay? And it's very important that we address and look at all of these issues in life, these issues, how we behave. Sometimes when we read this and we think this was 2,000 years ago, and we see that here Jesus was teaching these folks, if they really didn't understand this, or even if they did, we could see he wasn't speaking to them in deeply intellectual terms, because they really couldn't understand that. He spoke to them in parables because he knew that they weren't going to understand if he spoke to them any other way. So he told them stories that would help them to understand. So that very way in which he tells stories and told the stories kind of gives us a clue to what people were like. They weren't very smart back then either, just like right now. They were just basic people learning basic things, having information hidden from them, from the public, from the publicans, from those who were the ruling class. Yet technology wasn't the way it is today for the information to spread around, so just imagine what the world would be like without all this technology. All the things that have been learned wouldn't be known. So it's very important. We need to stop. We need to think. We need to pay attention to what's going on, because if we don't, things really get out of control. And that kind of brings me to this next place, which is an article here from Michelle Walling over at In5D. It's called Which Choice Are You Making? The Lesser of Two Evils. Now, it's something really to think about here as we go into this article and consider what it's saying. You know, we have a bad tendency in America. Every 4 years, there's an election that takes place. And every 4 years, we are told that we need to make the selection the lesser of two evils. Yet at the same time, we want to be a great nation, but we're picking from the lesser of two evils. If you just think about those things and ask yourself, can somebody who is choosing the lesser of two evils, which means you've got two evils, so you're picking one evil or another evil, can a nation who strives to choose leadership from evil then aspire to be a great nation? No, it doesn't work that way. Evil is not going to get you to be great, but yet that's what we do. And we've convinced ourselves that that is right because we've been told that story over and over and over again. Well, when people start thinking for themselves and stop allowing the government to think for them, we'll stop making better choices, start making better choices. We won't be picking from the lesser of two evils because we'll realize the absolute insaneness of that particular situation. Every day we are faced with choices in life. One choice seems to be a better choice over the other. Is choice all part of a confusing scheme to keep us distracted and wrapped up in a bubble of illusion? By having a choice over how we are controlled, does that make us feel like we are free? According to Zechariah Sitchin's work, and furthered in Dan Winter's work as well as many others, the lesser of two evils are Enlil and Enki, sons of King Anu from the Syrian-Orion alliance. Based on the translation of the Sumerian tablets, King Anu left the stewardship of Earth up to his two sons, who continually battle over the fate of humanity. As both are descendants of Sirius, warlord or overlord, choosing one over the other might be considered the lesser of two evils. Whether this material is the true depiction of the origin of humans remains to be proven. True evil could certainly have falsified the Sumerian tablets even before Sitchin translated them, and some even say that Sitchin had ties with the Vatican and was told to distort the translation as mentioned in this Dan Winter article link. In a world where everything seems to be backward and where everything we have been taught about our origins is a lie, we can see the pattern where it seems we have always to choose between the lesser of two evils. It is important to realize that deception on this planet seems to run very deep and ties into the Orion Empire and the galactic wars that have ensued over territory and rulership. This means that truly nothing can study outside of our own DNA Akashic records will totally shed light on the truth of how Earth became a prison-like planet. What we do know is that the truth is coming forth in bits and pieces of various articles and aha moments within, and we are beginning to see through the deception of the lesser of two evils. Have you ever felt like that when you vote for a president, you have the choice to the lesser of two evils, the Democrat or the Republican? Although a third wheel is usually thrown there to make it seem like the way out is just a teaser to keep our hopes up of ever finding a way out of the tyranny, ultimately government is still a tool of domination and control, and the electronic voting system has given the ones the control carte blanche in controlling the outcome. Both parties were created by the one group of controllers as a ruse to make people think that they have the freedoms to make their choice. By voting, we are still giving our power to the ones in control by telling them we are making a choice in reality to stay locked into government, governing the mind. When we make a choice of organic over GMO or pesticide chemical-laden food, it is at a high cost for our pocketbook. By following the money, we can see that the big organic companies can be traced back to multi-billion-dollar corporations. We still have given our power to the ones in control by paying for organics. We have informed ourselves enough to know that GMOs and pesticides will invade our bodies with toxins and disease. This is still the lesser of two evils. You have to be a slave to the system in order to find organic food for you, to be a slave to the system in order to have health insurance, in order to fight disease with traditional medicine. The only choice seems to be growing our own organic food, but with Mother Nature out of balance, with HARP controlling the rain patterns, and with a black market of untainted seeds. This seems to be hard to accomplish. Blessing your food and putting intention in your food and water with the white light and love has been proven to raise its vibration, intending that it help you more than before you ingest it. It will place the spell needed to change its reality. So, question here, can we get away from choosing? Ultimately, we can move towards not choosing the lesser of two evils once the masquerade is revealed. How we accomplish this is up to us as an awakened individuals. The key is to question everything, including New Age and scientific information. Take what you need from an article or situation without dismissing everything entirely, and begin to fit your clues into the bigger puzzle. Often the truth is right in front of us and we can't even see. All right, and let me get to the very last paragraph here. It says, although it seems like a long, hard battle, it doesn't have to be. Some say that we are only battling ourselves. Those who wish to control us has given us plenty of propaganda to keep us confused for a very long time. As infinite powerful beings, now is the time to continue to raise our vibration and to watch the show unfold. From this perspective, the veil of forgetfulness will drop and truth will be known to all that have eyes to see and ears to hear. After writing this article within hours, I was led to watch this video which talks about the choices presented in the Matrix trilogies. Alright, so here we have a hour-long video. I'm not going to play any of it, but I'm going to leave the link so you can watch it, and certainly read the rest of the article because there's more to it. Good article, something that we definitely need to consider, because every day we do this. People are concerned on this planet about giving up their power. They're afraid that if they spend time looking at astrology or tarot or any of these esoteric signs, they're giving up their power to it. Yet on a daily basis, people give up their power to politicians who lie to them. They give up their power to the news media that lies to them. And anybody else that seems to want to lie to an individual. The habit we seem to have is to give our power up to that individual. It's a backward society we're in. It doesn't take really long for anybody who has any bit of common sense to see the lies that are taking place. But on a daily basis, people that you know, people that I know, will turn on Fox News and they will expect that they're going to get the truth. Or they'll turn on MSNBC and expect that they're going to hear truth there, or CNN. And yet all they're getting is the lesser of two evils on these shows, over and over. It's only going to stop when people decide they're going to stop. And the way we stop is we have to stop being afraid. We have to stop being afraid, and that's why we're choosing the way we're choosing. We have to stop believing the lies. Because when we truly stop believing the lies, then we'll stop hearing the nonsense about people are going to go vote their politicians out. No, you're not going to vote your politicians out. The system is broken. The system is corrupt. The system is rigged. And if in this day and age you still believe, despite all of the information that shows you that voting doesn't matter, if you still believe that going in makes a difference, then you have been deceived, you've been lied to, and they have won because they've taken control of your mind. It's only when you truly understand that these systems in place are only systems of illusion to make you think that you have any power, that you'll actually be free, because you'll step away from those systems. And the first thing that's holding you back is fear. This war on terror, this fear that is put out into this world every single day, the rumors, the wars, the lies, the deceit, every single day is what keeps you in fear. And the very things that will get you out of fear, are love and belief in God, are some of the things that are pushed aside so easily. Well, it's up to people to decide what they're going to do. The truth is out there. Truth is out there. It's like 9/11. In this day and age, 2014, it's been 13 years since 9/11 happened. There is an overwhelming amount of evidence that exists to show exactly what had happened, that the 9/11 was an inside job, and yet there are still individuals who will still spout the government line. Those individuals don't want to know, because if they truly wanted to know, the information is available for anybody. The fact that people, Americans, don't know just shows how little they care. And so every time we get these more lies. And when you can blow up a building in your own country, when you can be involved with that, as our administration, our government was, and then lie to the people, and the people believe that lie, then they'll lie about anything, because they realize how dumbed down society actually is, that they could tell that big of a lie from something that they did in front of people's eyes, and people will believe them. And ever since, one lie after another. That's what comes from believing the lesser of two evils, from feeling that's your only choice. That's what comes from being afraid. Don't be afraid anymore, folks. Don't be afraid. And I know you're not. And if you're listening to the show, I know you've stepped away from it. But I know you deal with fear a lot because you have people around you that are fearful and do all the things that I'm talking about, right? You understand. All right, let's get to our message for today. This is from Mother Mary. Here we go.
Mother Mary, open your hearts wider.
Channeled by Franzipeda, July 14th, 2014.
Hello, beautiful ones. I am here today through this channel to urge you to open your hearts even wider. Yes, the energies of late have brought even more clearing for you. And yes, you sometimes may feel like you cannot take in any more. But alas, you can, for letting go and being open even more for what is in store for you is the order of the day, and I am here to help you. Within you is so much, like capsules upon capsules of information and love just waiting to burst open with your willingness. Don't stop now, don't close up now, open your hearts even wider and allow the energies to penetrate you, and then be still and allow those capsules of information and love to open further within you. There is no limit to what you can experience in the name of love, in the name of the divine, for it is you and you are it. You are limitless love and you are limitless and mountains of information waiting to be revealed. With this last surge of energy you have experienced, yes, you may have stirred up a lot to be released, but you have also dug deeper into your divine essence and lifted higher. This new level has many treasures in store for you. All you have to do is open to them. Your tendency may be to close off a little due to the overwhelming changes within you. But doing the opposite, opening to more and more possibilities, will bring you further on your path to enlightenment. And dear ones, you are stirring up so much inside you and discovering so much inside you that it may take some time to fully ascertain and understand it. But even if you don't understand it, allow for it to be there. It will sort itself out for you eventually, as you put all the new pieces of the puzzle together that fit in a different way now that you have lifted into higher dimensions. And again I caution you not to quantify and qualify it according to old measures and distinctions. The free flowing of your energy requires your free flowing acceptance. You may not always know where you are going or not always know what everything is about, but that is the beauty of it, dear ones. You are opening a plethora of capsules of information within you as you encompass it all with love and openness. And the time is now to throw away all impediments to your willingness to open to the unknown. For it is there where you shall find your freedom and many new openings you have not even dreamed of. So breathe with me now, dear ones. Breathe in the beauty of the unknown, breathe in the freedom of the unknown. Make friends with it. Make peace with it. And forevermore you shall be grateful you have done this. As you breathe in the sunshine of the new and vibrant world you are creating with every step into the unknown and with every step into higher vibrations, you feel at peace, for this is where you belong, where you have been headed for so many eons. You are shedding the last vestiges of impediments to this full-on release of the old and complete acceptance of your new self, which may feel a little raw and new at this time. But as you expose your new self slowly and steadily to the sunlight of new and higher dimensions, your new skin will begin to feel more comfortable and right. And the possibilities are endless what you can experience from this new place. It is just important to choose to stay open to it, to allow the release of the old without owning it or dwelling on it, knowing that the new is just behind it to shine in its full glory. So do not despair, dear ones, if you are feeling confused or laden down with the old that has just been dug up with these new energies, for you are becoming expert at allowing them to release without losing your grip on your new reality. So do not tarry or be distracted by all that is seemingly coming at you, for it is a bit like the final blasts of the fireworks display coming frequently in succession in full blasts of light and color without a chance to breathe in between. But know that that too comes to an end, and there is peace and tranquility to bear when it is complete. You are my angels of mercy and light, and I commend you for your bravery. Keep going and keep lightening up, as you are beginning to see is becoming easier and easier, for you don't seem to skip many beats anymore in the process and are very soon able to pick up at a higher level each time you feel blasted with new and unknown energy. I leave you now with a reminder that you are all my angels of light and love, here to remake the world, your world, into whatever you desire. You have all the tools, dear ones. You are learning to negotiate the frequent twists and turns, and thus able to wield those tools mightily with more and more confidence. I am forever at your service and am your guide in this beautiful love fest you all find yourselves in. Be careful to see it as only that and to not color it with the old ways of seeing things that you are quickly leaving behind you. All my love. Mother Mary.
Alright, very good. Good message from Mother Mary. That brings us to our meditation for today. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Take another deep breath. And exhale again. And continue to breathe slowly in and out. And as you breathe in and out and you just contemplate what is taking place in the world today, you hear a message, a call. A call to the warriors of light. Warriors of light, it is time now. There is a mission at hand. This mission is to go and to help remove the darkness from the world. And so as a warrior of light, as a light bearer upon this planet, you look around and you see the other light bearers. And you see that there are many light bearers here on this planet. And you see that there are many who are in the dark. And as you look around, as light bearers, you look around to see the source of this darkness, and you see that in each and every country, there is a growth that takes place. Like thorns that grows through and infects all. And this growth comes from the governments around the world. The agencies that are supposed to be there in charge and working with people. We find out that they are actually the evil entities. And as light bearers, we remember the phrase, "You shall know them by the fruit." So we think about the fruits. We imagine our governments around the world as trees and the type of fruits that they yield. And when we think about the fruits, we think about corruptions and lies, false flag events, wars, deceit, and a continual list of sins against their own people. So as light bearers, we look and we see and we recognize the evilness, the evil that grows from these trees, these governmental agencies around the world. So I want you right now as a light bearer to take out your sword of discrimination, and I want you to take that sword of discrimination, just hack away at that tree. And in each country around the world, just imagine knocking that tree down. And as that tree falls, That tree which represents that government agency that's pushing darkness, as that tree falls, everything collapses. And for a moment, you see all of the people are stunned and stopped because they don't know what to do. People that have been spoon-fed so much darkness and evil for so long that they no longer know what to do. And as the trees collapse, and all of the fruits and all of their branches wither away, and finally dissipate into nothingness, we find that the people of the earth begin to open their eyes as if under a great spell that is suddenly removed. And we find that the people around the world start acting in a different way, behaving with integrity, because this is the nature of who and what we are. We find that with the lesser of two evils gone, with all of the evils gone, that we operate in complete harmony. And so we imagine all of those governments that were just removed. We send love and light to those places, to those that were involved, that as they make their transition, that they return back to love. That they understand the error of the ways and how they hurt the individuals upon this planet. And so as we move forth now, without all of the government causing the problems, without all the liars and the doubters and the fearmongers, we find that our planet evolves, that the people evolve, and there is a freedom, and there is progress, unlike anything we have known before. So I want you to imagine the world without any of these problem makers, without any of the governments causing trouble or any of the agencies of leadership. Imagine them all gone. And all the people on the planet that are left are filled with love and are operating according to a sense of personal responsibility, as well as looking out for their own neighbors. Imagine this world. Know that we can have a world like this, and then claim this world for yourself and for us as a whole. So let the subconscious mind continue on that journey, sending light into the darkness, continuing to illuminate all of the places where darkness might still reside. And let's bring our conscious mind back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3, coming back to the present moment filled with confidence. 2, coming back to the present moment filled with faith. And 1, coming back to the present moment happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, and whole. Take another deep breath. Exhale, and open your eyes. That's it, my friends. That's our show for today. You know, we don't have to be out there physically fighting. We can use the energy we have. We can enter these different realities that exist all around us. We can make the changes that are necessary. All we have to do is use and employ the energies the way in which we're told that they're available for us to use. It's that simple. Have a great weekend. I love you. Keep loving each other. We're going to get through this. I know there's some challenges in the world, but all we have to do is keep remembering we're all in this together. And if we just trust God through this process, we're all going to be okay. That's it. I'll talk to you soon. Have an awesome weekend. Peace. I'm out of here.